Hi, welcome to a short video of my flea market record finds for Saturday, March 29th, 2025. So I will talk a little bit about how I got to buy this record. I went back to the flea market just to pick up this record. I picked up a few more things, but the seller that sold me all the records in the past videos had this in his store, Kraftwerk Autobahn. It was marked $70 and it said Germany. I looked at it. Oddly enough, there's some bubbling here and some kind of water damage. I didn't notice then, but I will live with it. But the record is actually really fine. But I've asked him at the end of my purchase last week of other records what was his best price, and he said $60. I said I'll pass. I don't have a cell phone connected to the internet, so I had to wait until I got home, and I went on Discogs and I started doing my homework. And something was fishy because he wrote Germany on the price tag, $70. Last week the median price for a German pressing was $73. But here's the deal. This is a Canadian pressing. I recognize the cardboard of the Canadian pressings by London Records. It says London Records of Canada Limited here. And when I checked at the store before we negotiated even, I checked the label, and it was a typical 1974, because this album is from 1974. For 1 year, Philips Records in Canada had this weird pinkish peach color label with this hard to see silver lettering that you have to hold the record at a certain angle to be able to read it. It lasted only for 1 year. So there was no doubt in my mind this was a Canadian pressing. So it bugged me all week, because that was a Sunday night and the flea market is open only 3 days a week. So I decided that after work Friday to give him a call, because I knew Friday would be there. And I spoke to him. I asked him about this record. I said, I explained what I just explained to you, and he said okay, and he took the record while I was talking to him, and I mentioned like London Records of Canada. I didn't even have time to explain the thing about the label and everything. He said, "Oh, you're a smart guy." And hold on, can you wait a minute? Oh yeah, take the time you need. I think it took less than 2 minutes. And he came back. I can do it for 25. So put it aside for me. I'm picking up tomorrow. So that was yesterday. I went and got it for 25. And so it was on my want list for many years. The only times I've seen this record in my life so far in the wild was on the wall of used record stores in Montreal in the 80s and 90s. It was always expensive. Well, for my cheap budget, I always had a cheap budget. And it was around those $15, $20 back then. So $25 today, Canadian, don't forget. In 2025, that's pretty affordable for okay, the cover could have seen better days, but the record is flawless. I've tested it and it's fine. I'm not going to bother with an upgrade copy unless I hit a jackpot one day full of cool records for very, very cheap. But I don't even need to upgrade this vinyl record. Maybe I'll upgrade the cover one day, but I'm not in any hurry. Let's start by getting the other Kraftwerk albums I don't have. I have only a few. So that was awesome. But while I was there, I paid a visit to the seller at the next booth, and check his stuff. Nothing for me, but he had a small section of $1 records, and I found this one. Oh yeah, I have to check something else that I left behind. So this is a 12-inch single imported from Great Britain, I think, manufactured in the UK. Yeah, so it's the 12-inch of Say Say Say, Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. The cover is missing, and I can tell by the dirt on the record that it was probably from a flood, water damage, so the cover was thrown away and the record is a little bit filthy. But I got it because it has Ode to Aquala Bear, and it's 45 RPM, so I thought this sound is probably much better than on the 7-inch single. And I was right, and I got this for $1. And you had some 78s, and I picked 4. I got there were $2 each, but I managed to get the price down to $7 for all 4 because I pretexted a scuff on one of them. Forgot which one. Which one was it? Oh yeah, that one. But if you collect 78s, you know that it takes more than a scuff to make an audible sound. I wasn't sure. Turns out that you know, there is one side that has some sort of for a few turns, so it balances out, evens out. So in chronological order, I have these 3 Ella Fitzgerald 78s on Canadian Decca, 2 4 387, How High the Moon, and she starts doing some scat, and she caught me by off guard. So whoa, ooh, this is really good. I got caught in the moment. So this is really, that's the best side, I think. You turn the tables on me. 24446, My Happiness. Yep, the first record Elvis did was that song, Tea Leaves. And this one I had to get, Come On to My House, Ella Fitzgerald, Mixed Emotions. And there was a 4th one. The sleeve doesn't match the record, but it matches the period, and it was most likely from the same owner. This is a French sleeve, Brunswick, and you see there's some sort of like a US character there with holding 2 US flags. Le Disque des Grands Succès. So this is definitely from France. The record itself is actually on the HMV label, Disque Gramophone. I'm in the mood for a swing foxtrot by Lionel Hampton et son orchestre, it says in French. I've looked it up, and it's a 1938 recording that was on Victor. You even see the little VE mark there. Well, this camera is too cheap to show you. The other side is Shoe Shiner's Drag. I've played both sides, they play really well. I like French pressings of 78. The surface is really good. So I got these 4 shellac records for $7 plus this $8, 25. Thanks for watching.